In Beijing, the United States and China engaged in intense discussions on a range of sensitive issues during Secretary of State Antony Blinken's meetings with top Chinese officials, including Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Blinken highlighted the potential risks of misinterpretations and errors in judgment. The dialogue began with Wang Yi and continued with Public Security Minister Wang Zhaohong, who revealed that Blinken was scheduled to meet with President Xi Jinping. This high-level meeting was confirmed by a State Department representative and was set to occur before Blinken's departure from China. Despite increased dialogue, the two nations acknowledged growing disparities. Both Blinken and Wang emphasized the critical need for open communication channels, expressing concern over the escalating divisions that pose a threat to global stability. These tensions were accentuated by President Joe Biden's signing of a substantial foreign aid bill, which included provisions viewed unfavorably by China. The discussions pointed to a comprehensive list of contentious topics, such as Taiwan, the South China Sea, trade, human rights, China's backing of Russia, and the handling of synthetic opioid precursors. Wang Yi remarked on the gradual stabilization of Sino-American relations but noted the mounting negative factors causing disruptions. He posed a significant question regarding the future trajectory of the bilateral relationship, challenging both nations' commitment and capabilities. Wang Yi also voiced China's long-standing grievances concerning U.S. policies on various issues without delving into specifics. He called for mutual respect for core interests and urged the U.S. to refrain from interfering in China's internal matters, hindering its development, or crossing its sovereignty and security boundaries. In response, Blinken affirmed the U.S. administration's dedication to dialogue with China, even on contentious matters. He acknowledged some progress but anticipated ongoing challenges in the discussions. Blinken looked forward to candid conversations about the differences between the two countries, expecting clarity from both sides to prevent misunderstandings and miscalculations. Following the talks, the State Department reported that Blinken and Wang had engaged in thorough and constructive exchanges on both points of divergence and potential collaboration. Blinken firmly addressed U.S. concerns during the discussions. Blinken underscored the U.S.'s commitment to defending its interests and principles, as well as those of its allies, particularly regarding human rights and economic matters. As stated by State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller, Blinken's visit to China, which included a stop in Shanghai, coincided with Biden's authorization of a $95 billion foreign aid package. The package, likely to provoke Beijing, allocates funds to counter China's assertive actions towards Taiwan and in the South China Sea, and proposes the divestment of TikTok by its Chinese parent company. As pivotal figures in the Indo-Pacific region, the U.S. has expressed increasing concern over China's assertive stance towards Taiwan and Southeast Asian nations with whom it has territorial and maritime disputes in the South China Sea. China has vehemently opposed U.S. support for Taiwan, denouncing the aid as a provocative act and strongly objecting to the forced sale of TikTok. The legislation also designates $61 billion to support Ukraine against Russia's invasion. The U.S. has criticized China's support for Russia's military sector, which has enabled Moscow to undermine Western sanctions and intensify its offensive in Ukraine. China's relationship with Russia was set to be a focal point of Blinken's visit. Prior to the meetings, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced his upcoming visit to China in May.